Hey, what's good, people, man? Platinum Bearded Dread, offering up tips on how to navigate through this thing called life. Tails from the back, then you dig it. You know when you look in the mirror when you wake up, or even before you go to bed, and you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? That ain't supposed to be a vain kind of question, but no, seriously, do you like what you see? Not just physically, but internally as well. And some of us find it uncomfortable to even acknowledge any beauty in ourselves. You know, it's almost like you're not supposed to say that I'm pretty, I'm handsome, or whatever the word is. And others of us, we only call ourselves that because, you know, we've been given a few compliments. But without those compliments, what would we really think of ourselves? If no one paid you any attention about your hair, your looks, and muscles, would you assume that you're handsome or you're good looking? What I hope to do today is highlight how to really embrace the most beautiful part of yourself, which will instantly transform how you not just feel about yourself, but even how you look. Because ultimately, the outward side is just a shell. And you know, you've seen people who, you know, they've got the quote unquote model looks, and then the moment they open their mouth, they're just ugly all of a sudden. You know, same person, they just seem kind of ugly still. So that tells us something. There's more to us. There's more to it, beauty, etc., than just a shell. But anyway, before I share with you how to really embrace the most beautiful part of yourself and come across differently to others, not that you have to depend on them or what they say, but you will just instantly be someone who is attractive. First of all, I want to hit you up with a story. You know how we do already, right? One day I was at the farmer's market, you know, as you do, get my good stuff, organic stuff and all that good stuff. And I was wheeling my bike, going from stall to stall, and I bumped someone. And I said, oh, sorry. And the person said, oh, that's okay. I turned around and I realized that this person was blind. But then I had to do another double take. This woman, stunning. Stunning, man. I mean, I can't exactly describe her because that's not really the point, but she was stunning, man. And she had her guide with her, and obviously her stick as well. But in my mind, I was thinking, she can't see herself, but she obviously loves herself enough to maybe give guidance to whoever her guide is, what she wants, how she wants to look, because you can't see what she's doing with her hair, makeup. But she was stunning, man. And then it got me thinking, wait a minute, she would have a problem. She really wouldn't have a problem finding a partner. But yet, the very thing that we assume is what makes us what we are, physical looks, she wasn't able to see herself. So there was obviously something deeper that made her tap into what really brings beauty out. And that went beyond the physical eyes. And she had tapped into that because even beyond the physical beauty, there was something about her that stood out. You couldn't help but look, trust me, man. I know I wasn't the only one, even though I shouldn't be looking, but you know what I mean, it's not the point. But there was something about her that really stood out, man. And yet you get all these people here, you get all these people who, you know, they got all manner of, I don't know, mirrors all over the house, and mirrors all over their house, you know, all accolades for modelling and, you know, celebrities, but they couldn't hold a torch to her, man. But she didn't have none of that. And I was fascinated, man, and what I realised was that she didn't need any what's the word I'm looking for? Any she didn't need any person's compliment to make her feel beautiful, because she couldn't see herself anyway. But she already had something in herself that recognized that, blind or no blind, I love me, and I am worthy of giving myself the best. And by doing that, she shone, man. She really did shine, man. And it's a real lesson for all of us who are dependent on not only what others think or compliments they pay us, but also how, or should I say, where real beauty starts from. She was showing all of us that real beauty does start within. And normally it just sounds like a cliche, you know, beauty is within, right? But she was living proof of that. So what are we taking away from this? The truth is, no matter what standard is put out there in the world as to what beauty is, and it changes. You know, in the 60s, not that I was around, but in the 60s, you had people like Twiggy, who's a model, thin stick, you know. For some people that's cool, but anyway, thin stick, man, or stick thin, should I say. And then fast forward into the 2000s, and then you had the Kardashians with the bottom, you know, BBL, all that stuff going on. And if you rewind before that, there was a time when it was all about big breasts, big boobs. And now people are getting rid of the BBL. So, and then there was also the slim face, there was the jawbones, but it changes. So it's showing us that there never was one standard of beauty. And where we fall is where we keep on trying to keep up with them trends. And we get despondent and depressed because we feel we don't measure up, because we're not quite that. When it was never about that, man. It was always about what you bring internally first. And that was always the thing that was going to shape how you've developed physically. And you may even say it sounds crazy, but if you love yourself, you'll even eat. You put the best foods in your body. You won't overeat, because you'll realize you're only hurting yourself. All these things will play a part in terms of how you physically start forming. All from within, all from a silent place that you don't see going on. So the next time you doubt or you have reservations about your own beauty, remember that no one has the last word on the standard of beauty, first of all, and secondly, physically it's ever changing. So if you work from the inside out rather than the outside in, trust and believe, just like that blind woman who couldn't see herself, you'll be more than attractive, not just physically, but your whole energy and everything about you will attract the right person for you. And not just that, you won't depend on a person to validate your beauty. That makes sense. Anyway, man, I hope you got something from that. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. We can do this again. Platinum bearded dread. Toes put the bite there. Yeah, man.